Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Tracy's Total Wellness Pillars to our Total Wellness Introductory Series. Today, we're exploring the pillar of community. What community means to Tracy's Total Wellness is creating brave spaces where women can support and grow together. You can join us to unload all the BS. We all know what that's about, ladies. To be silly without fear of judgment and to stand in your own wisdom. To me, I call it community medicine. It is what allows our souls to thrive. So we wanted to talk to community today to explore what that means to them. So I had some of my amazing team here who makes Tracy's Total Wellness thrive with the back end, with the front end, and everything in between to share what Tracy's Total Wellness community has offered them. So we'll start with the lovely BB Soto, and feel free to share any of your insights.
Well, I've been with Tracy's Total Wellness for almost 10 years now, and I used to be a very sociable person, but then I went through some physical changes and injury and disabilities, and spent a few years really with chronic fatigue and in bed. And when I started to feel like I just couldn't do that anymore, I reached out to Tracy, and it's been like coming home to myself, that person who, gets out and socializes.
Yes, getting out, socializing, having people. That's where the community medicine aspect comes from, what you're sharing. It's being around those people fill us up, and it can get us out of our heads. When we're alone, we tend to isolate, then we start to disaster bait and everything else that happens in our heads, right? We can be with community. We're able to be present with ourselves and our worth. So thank you for sharing.
That's so great.
And Shan of Shan's Girls Heart, who has been with the community for a while as well, I would love for you to share your insights.
Thank you. I really resonate with what Rita said. I was in the exact same place. I came to Tracy for help, thanks to my good friend Nancy over here for recommending her. When I was also going through a lot of physical issues, same as Rita. And over the last 4 or 5 years working with Tracy, exactly the same thing came into my own. But what I have discovered through all of my working with this community is I found my creativity again. Something that I didn't know that I even had was just a creative genes for making jewelry. And I really started diving into making healing jewelry and healing myself and my community. And I created an entire business that's selling like hotcakes now, which with making bracelets and malas and necklaces and just wonderful, being able to give back to my community and teaching them about the healing stones. So creativity is what I have found in this community. So great.
Yes, and it's such a vital part of our lives, is feeling like we're creative and what we can offer others is of value. And being able to feel valued in the community, I think you found your own value, and then you were able to share these gifts, your unique gifts. It's been an honor to see you grow. It's so exciting. And we have here to my side also the woman that helps support Tracy's Total Wellness events, Nancy, with her own business, Empowered with Nancy. But I would love to ask you anything you want to share about this community.
I would love to. So I came in because we met and I just knew that you were a friend. And we bonded over 80s music. So and started stepping in just because I liked you and wanted to be around you, and stayed in the community because, one, you attract such amazing women into your circle. And I learned so much. I learned the difference between masculine and feminine energy, which is not about what gender you actually are, and you totally expanded my feminine energy. Like, I was corporate in New York, fully masculine energy, getting things done, do, and now I've learned the spiritual side that nobody taught me before. So you've taught me about what an empath is and that I'm a highly sensitive person, which I didn't even know what that was, and oils, and you let me play in a different community that I didn't even know I needed, and I love it.
Yay! Yeah, it's the yes and more approach. When we were sharing around what community offers us, I mentioned to Nancy, it's you got another addition. The communities that we all have, I have my own communities I go to, and we all do, but knowing that this one is here for this particular reason to serve you, it helps you feel fulfilled. Also, knowing how you want to spend time in other communities and having high quality connections with people is really important in my community. For me, community was, as Nancy shared, something I didn't realize I needed when I started my business, and as it grew, I realized it was the foundation of my business. Having safe space first is required for people to do any healing work, from physical limitations, as these ladies have shared, to emotional stuff, to personal growth, to, new level, new devil. We think we figured it out. It's having that foundation. And so community is the foundation of Tracy's Total Wellness, and it's going to constantly be expanding, but without a strong foundation, the expansion will eventually crumble. And so that's why community is always a part of Tracy's Total Wellness. And I have a call to action for all of you. We have constant connection with community, whether we have upcoming events or there's connection in the social platforms. There is meeting with other women. I've had women that have met at events and then met for tea or got on the phone. It's having that aspect of community. So someone in this community, connect with them, share with them. I offer you empathy and support at all of my experiences. The events are, to me, the best parts when you get to come together with people, whether they're virtual or in person. So check out some upcoming events. We always are getting creative here. We're going to start doing fun hybrid experiences. We'll have completely in person, some virtual, so that I make sure that the Tracy's Total Wellness community is always being served. Also, I offer you an opportunity to share empathy and share support with another member of the community. Whether it's you notice that they've been struggling, or you notice that they've been really kicking it and you want to celebrate them. Find a woman to celebrate. Find a woman to just lend a loving note to in this community so that we can all feel a little bit more connected. Also, share in the community wherever it is, at an event, or if it's just in this virtual community. Be vulnerable. This is a safe space. Be vulnerable, be exactly who you are, and you'll never know the right person. Tracy's Total Wellness community is about feeling like you can be held, but also knowing that you have the power to hold someone else. Feeling like you can be heard, but also knowing it's safe enough to be there and hold the space for someone and not have to say a word. So the community's here for you, and we're constantly being creative and experiencing new profound ways. After this pillars of community goes through, I encourage you to start to see what communities you want to continue with. What are the communities that you want to commit to? As I mentioned, it's really easy to just fall back into isolating patterns, old habits. This year, how can you commit to community? And one of my favorite ways to commit to community is to always honor and celebrate my community. And at Tracy's Total Wellness, as always, you've noticed we always light a lovely candle. This year I decided to create something new so that the candles can be a little bit more on the go. When you light and ignite a candle, something happens. You're setting intentions for the space, but also you're just honoring the light that you have within. And so as I light my community candle here today, I wanted to give the gift of community to each of you, and you also receive a candle.
I love it. Thank you.
And so
beautiful.
when you're at events, I'll always be in your hearts, and feel free to use them at your other events.
I will.
Let the community
Beautiful.
spread.
It's going on my tarot table.
Yeah.
Officially. Oh my goodness.
That's so
See how fun it is to give gifts?
Yay. Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
you're welcome. The community is always here for you. We look forward to hearing your vulnerable shares, the celebrations of other women, and know, as always, Tracy's Total Wellness community is here to create safe space. We're here for you to be exactly who you are.
I love this community.
Yes, me too.